I'm so glad to have an opportunity to introduce the Grace Cathedral community to the Reverend John Bullock. John will be starting January 1st as the assistant priest of Grace Cathedral. And John, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Dean Torey. It's a thrill to be joining your staff at the cathedral and to be returning to the church I grew up in.
Wow. Well, maybe we should start right there. Tell us about growing up at Grace Cathedral.
Well, I was born in Topeka and I was baptized at St. David's, but very shortly after that, we began attending Grace, and I went through the Sunday school program there, and I had Deacon Don Chubb as my youth group leader. I served as an acolyte under Kent Wingerson and was on the receiving end of many dirty looks from him, I would but all well deserved. Hopefully that will not recur.
I don't think his
Uh,
gaze is quite as withering these days.
okay, well that's a relief. I'll be sure to stay in line. But attended the church off and on through my college years, and then until I moved away from the area. So it's very much a part of my um, background. It feels like home to me. Of course, when I was attending the Bishop Kemper School for Ministry, which is where I did my seminary work, we attended regularly at Grace, and I was there in the chapel and in the cathedral often. So it just feels like coming back home for me.
Excellent. Well, and people may not know that we have a relationship and a rapport too that kind of extends from before this time. We worked together for 6 months, not long, but a great opportunity for me to get to know you better at St. Aidan's Church in Olathe as part of your internship.
Yeah, what a great community St. Aidan's is. I was ordained to be a deacon. Of course, I had to do a one-year internship. And so I spent that time at St. Aidan's both as a deacon and then after I was ordained to the priesthood in January. And as you know, Dean, we worked together there and shared some of the preaching and liturgy responsibilities there. It was a great opportunity to learn from you and to learn from that community. What a great bunch of people. I miss them, and I'm really glad they now have a rector they love who's a great guy, and it's fun to stay in touch and follow what they're up to now.
Yeah, they're doing well, I think. Um, Tell us just about yourself in terms of like where your life is now and what you're up to, your job.
Yes, so my day job, I'm a full-time practicing lawyer in Lawrence, Kansas. I do civil practice, kind of small town general practice. I live in Lawrence, and I have two teenage boys, Cooper and Kiefer, who are 14 and 15. They keep me very busy. In my spare time, I like to run and read, and really looking forward to being part of the cathedral community as an addition to my vocation as a lawyer. I'll be serving on Sundays and as needed in other ways, but I'll continue my law practice while I continue to explore the opportunities for ministry as part of the Grace Cathedral community.
That's excellent. And so let's see, we have preaching sometimes, liturgical presence. Will you be teaching any classes?
I hope to, absolutely. You and I haven't talked yet about any particular themes or topics or times, but that's absolutely something I would like to do. And we're just getting started with this relationship, but my hope is that I can also be involved in pastoral care and other aspects of the life of the community of Grace Cathedral, consistent with my other responsibilities as a lawyer and as a parent. But my hope is over time that we'll find lots of ways that I can be helpful and get integrated with the community there.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited about it. People are probably aware that we had a year and a half of an agreed upon 2 years with Mother Ashley, but when the opportunity came for her to go to Manhattan and the timing was absolutely right for them and for her, she needed to be able to take that. We're so grateful that she remains with us now in the Diocese of Kansas. But it does open up this space where more ministry is possible and definitely needed beyond just my doors or the doors of the deacons. So there's a lot to do. We welcome you. tell us just because I've got another minute or two here. Tell me and us about your own, just kind of your spiritual autobiography and how you came to sense a call to priesthood and what you feel that that's leading you to through God's grace.
Well, 5 or 6 years ago, I had made a run at getting a job that I thought was the perfect thing for me, and I was unsuccessful. And as I was reflecting on what I could learn from that experience, I was talking with Mother Susan, who was the assistant priest at Trinity, which is my home church. And she asked me, she said, "Have you ever thought about the priesthood?" And I said, "Well, no, I've never really thought about that." And we talked about it, and together we just experienced this incredible moment of grace where we truly felt God's presence with us. And as I reflected on that, I was encouraged both by my community as well as a sense of call to pursue the ordination process. I say that I sort of went month to month because I was never really sure where I would go or what it would end up looking like. But as I went through the program at Bishop Kemper School, I was supported by clergy, by professors, by community, by my parish. And as my understanding of theology and spirituality deepened, I felt increasingly like I was on the right path. And then becoming ordained as a priest and serving in that role at St. Aidan's helped me to really learn that being part of liturgy and preaching and caring for people with people is a way that I can express God's love in the world. And it's a real privilege and an honor to be able to do that.
Excellent. Well, I'm thrilled. I'm so glad that your personal history and your sense of calling fit in so well with our need. It just seems like God has done an amazing thing through this. So, John, again, you're starting the 1st of January, so we'll put the message out this week before. Let's see, we have an email account set up for you, and we'll run that at the bottom of the screen so that you viewers can have access to welcoming you. And any parting shot?
Well, I would just say to the congregation at Grace Cathedral how excited I am to get to know you and to worship with you and to share your spiritual journey as we together live into God's love and mission in the world. It's just a real pleasure to be able to do this work alongside you, and I can't wait to get started.
Great, great. John, thanks so much for your time, and welcome back home.
Thank you, Dean. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we'll see you.